Hey guys, welcome back for another Feedback Friday with Mike Fitzpatrick over at Keller Williams. So today's going to be a good one. So not only is it going to be about real estate, but we're going to get a little spiritual in this one. So I belong to quite a few networking groups. One's the 20%er and the 1%er. And these are mainly focused on not only growing your business, but your mindset, keeping you focused and stuff like that. Both of them were on the same topic today. And the topic was basically, be happy with what you have. It's okay to want more, but be happy, appreciate, celebrate what you have. Because a lot of people don't have what you have. And it's always good to reflect on your accomplishments, what you completed, making sure everybody around you is happy, and why you're doing what you're doing, okay? So we're going to hit two topics. We're going to go over the market, and then we're going to go over a Feedback Friday, and then I'm going to get a little spiritual with you. All right, we're going to focus on the boring topic first, the market. Real estate market's still the real estate market. It's good. It's strong, okay? The interest rates are normal. They're around anywhere between 6.5 to 7. You get some deals depending on if you're a first-time home buyer and stuff like that, but you won't want to focus too much on the rate, okay? I've always said this, marry the house, date the rate, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, you want to focus on an 8 to 10, focus on the house. Do not focus on the interest rate. Focus on the monthly payment. If you can make that monthly payment over the next 2 to 3 years comfortably, then do it. Interest rates are going to change, whether they go up or go down. If they go down, then you can refinance and you got a better deal. But let's say you waited for that house because you wanted the interest rates to go down. Well, guess what? Now you have more competition out there looking to buy that house, and guess what? You're going to pay more for that house. So you actually want to get the sales price at a decent amount, and who cares about what the rate is, as long as you can focus on the monthly payment, and you can do that comfortably. It's good to listen to the news sometimes just to get a baseline of what's going out there nationally. You want to be more focused on the area that you live in and that you want to live in. These are the areas that you want to focus on. What's the inventory like? How fast does it come off the market? Are they getting over asking? Why do I want this area? Why do I want to leave my area? What do I need to do to make my house the most sellable and valuable house out there? And at the same time, how can I get that dream house at the lowest price possible that I can? So in conclusion, with the market, it's still the same. Interest rates are going to fluctuate here or there. Inventory is getting better. It is increasing, and we're starting to see a little bit more extended days on market. So it's going from like 15 days probably to 30 days now. All right, and this brings us into our Feedback Friday. So this happened a couple years ago, probably about 2021. And don't forget the topic for today. Be happy with what you have. So I got this referral. I can't remember if it was from another agent or it was from a past client. They're like, Mike, you got to come out to my house. You're going to have an easy time selling this house. Well, in essence, during that period, any real estate agent with a pulse could have sold the house during that time, okay? But I do go out to this guy's house, and I'm going to keep everything private, no names, no addresses. But we were in the Northeast, the 19154 area. Let me tell you, it was I did my research, typical row home, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, nice extended backyard, blah, blah, blah. Well, I get out there, and it's like a resort. Not only does he have the solid hardwood floors, the Corian countertops, custom-made cabinets, recessed lighting, ensuite bathroom, walk-in closet, full concrete backyard with an in-ground pool. I'm like, all right, this is going to sell for a very high amount. And it's funny with me because there's some times that I talk people out of buying a house, and I kind of wish I did on this one. So we sat down for a while, and they were so energetic. They were like, put the sign out there, we're going to go shopping down the shore. And I'm like, why are we selling? Because we want to go down the shore. Why do you want to go down the shore? Because we want to be out of Philadelphia. These aren't good reasons. I mean, you're just giving me emotions right now. So regardless, after the next 30 minutes of me getting the same answers on the same questions I'm asking, I really didn't feel comfortable with this one. I felt that they were going through the honeymoon phase. So end of story, we listed the property. They wanted to sell the property. They wanted to get the most out of the house possible. And there was this one agent that recently sold one of the highest priced houses in that area for a townhouse, row home. And I think it was like for $375 or $380. And he was like, Mike, I want $400. I'm like, okay, knowing I'm going to get him over $400. But I told him that we had listed a lower amount to get that attraction. We don't want to price it out of the market. So I think we listed it for somewhere around $379 range. End of story. We sold it for over $425,000. Not going to get into specifics though. So fast forward now. They want to be in the action down at the shore. So they're looking in the Anglesey, North Wildwood area. Of course, they find a house, 2-bedroom, got the in-ground pool, got everything they need down there, everything. And I still do not feel good about this. Both transactions go off without a hitch. Cash deals on both sides, limited inspections. Everybody got their inspections. It was a huge cap though. Range the same settlement date. Everybody was happy. No animosity, no nothing. And of course, this was 4th of July weekend. So there's a lot of moons align, planets aligning on this story. So come Labor Day, it's starting to die down now. Now it's starting to become a ghost town, getting through your Irish weekend and stuff like that. So I get a phone call around October, November. Mike, we're bored down here. We want to move back to Philadelphia. We don't like it down here. And this is what we call the honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase is where, hey, everything's hunky-dory. We love what we got here. And then 6 months later, we're bored with it. This goes from anything. Kids playing with toys, adults playing with their toys. We get bored. We get bored with it. But they made a very expensive boredom decision. I'm going to fast forward a little bit on this. So they didn't have to sell their property. They kept it down the shore. They kept it as a rental, which they finally listened to me on that one. They kept it as a rental. They bought a house on the same block, I think it was a block over, where they sold the property because they wanted to be closer to the grandkids, family, and all the people that they've had relationships with. And to this day, they still are happy. And they'll always tell me they're happy with the decisions they made. But let's fast forward a little bit, or let's go back in time. If you knew what you knew now, and you took it back then, would you do anything different? Of course, everybody would. But you know what? They're happy in their decisions. But at the end of the day, this goes back to our topic. Be happy with what you have. They could have stayed in their house, had the in-ground pool, didn't have to sell it, and they could have easily taken a HELOC, an equity loan, and go buy the property that they wanted. You know what? It is what it is. Again, they're happy with what their decision was. And this is going to take us into the next topic. This is where we're going to get spiritual. So if you want to sign off, feel free. I'm not a spiritual person. I agree with that. But this ties everything in together. So now me personally, a couple years, maybe a year or 2 years after COVID, I decided to say, hey, maybe the grass is greener on the other side. And I met this company. I stayed with the Keller Williams, company, but I kind of wanted to downsize a little bit and join the team. That was maybe a bad decision, but that put me in contact with a group called Livian. Love How You Live. And I've been following them probably since after COVID, just for their motivation and stuff like that, and their focus. And this ties into everything, not just business relationships, but relationships, whether it's with your spouse or children, people that you meet. Don't be focused on the Jones house. Don't be focused on how the Joneses live, okay? Yes, we all want something. It's human nature, but be happy with what you have. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. So this is our above ground pool, okay? It's big. It's 38 by 18. We also have a big rear yard that has a wooded lot. Now, 3 years ago, we were getting estimates on an in-ground pool, and we were also thinking about clearing some trees out. So total package on the in-ground pool was anywhere from about $115,000 to $130,000, depending on what we wanted. And to clear out 20 some trees, we were probably looking at another $15,000, $20,000. Did we need that? No, but we wanted it. Why did we want it? Well, because everybody else has an in-ground pool. Oh, okay. So who's going to be using the pool? Well, the family, right? So we have 2 grandkids. We have my daughter, her husband, me, and my wife. My wife hasn't stepped foot in the pool. The only time she goes in the pool is when the kids go in. Oh, okay. So when do the kids go in? They go in every day? Now, when we were kids, we went in the pool every single day. Cold, warm, didn't matter. We were in the pool. They go to a swim club. Their parents must use the pool now. I don't even think they know where it is. So we don't need that pool. We have a pool, nobody uses it, so why upgrade to something that we don't want or don't need? Same thing with the backyard. Kids are out here playing, but with the space that they have, we have an obstacle course, we have Ninja Warrior training back here. My granddaughter's going through her Maasai course, zip lines and all that stuff. Now, it's okay to want things. It's okay to want trips. It's okay to want to upgrade your lifestyle. Like, I used to live in a townhouse. I upgraded to a single. We upgraded to a forever house. We've changed over the years. I know some people like to rent. Some people don't like to rent. Some people want to downsize. Some people want to upgrade. Focus on your needs. Why do I need to be here? Or do I want to be here? Do you want to be here? Write down why. When I first got in real estate, one of the trends I saw, and this was a funny one, from center city to the suburbs, we saw so many people leave the city, go to the suburbs because they wanted more grass. Well, within 5 years, they got tired of mowing the lawn. They got tired of driving. They missed the nightlife. So we're going to go back. Focus on what you want. If you focus on what you want, make sure the whole team is on that. Make sure the whole family agrees to that. Make sure it's going to benefit, because if not, focus on something else. Go back to what you have and enjoy that. Finances, jobs. If you're unhappy with where you work, then it's a job. If you are happy and you love your job, well, that's a career, and that's what you want. So if you're going to focus on the need and want when it comes to finances, focus on career-wise. What do I want to do? How can I make the money that I want to make doing what I love? And again, that's where I got that from Livian. Next is also investments. Do I have a portfolio? Can I increase it? What do I hate about my portfolio? What do I want to change about it? Why do I need it? And then focus on the positive part of it. Focus on the return. How can I get a bigger return on that investment? Now, on a personal note, when it comes to wants and needs, give you a little backstory about myself. I was prior military, went to college for a little bit, and I was pretty fit. As you know, as we grow older, our metabolism starts to slow down. But my beer drinking, wing eating, cheesesteak eating, non-exercising body just kept on going and having a good time. And I've been overweight for a very, very long time. And it wasn't until about, I think around COVID or right before COVID, I got diagnosed for type 2 diabetes. That is when I decided to make that change. It goes back to need and want. What I should have done during those 30 years of eating bad, making bad choices, I should have looked at my family and said, do I need to eat a cheesesteak every day? Do I need to go out every single wing night? When I'm looking at my children, am I going to make it to their marriage? Am I going to make it to my grandkids' marriage? Do I want to spend more time? Is my body physically fit to play with my kids, to do the endeavors that they want to do? Like if they want to go out to swim in the ocean or play on the obstacle course, am I able to do it, or am I going to collapse that obstacle course? But instead I decided to ignore that and enjoy the way I was eating. And then the doctor said, you now have diabetes. You have type 2 diabetes. And I have been in the medical field prior to me getting into real estate, so I know what diabetes can do if it's not caught early. And I was going to make sure I was going to stomp this right out. So now this is a want. This is a want, and I want to get this done. But what made it really powerful, I made it a need. Okay? I had a choice that I could have changed my lifestyle before. Now this becomes, I'm getting this done. So not only did I get a nutritionist, not only did I follow the diabetic rules and stuff like that, and this goes back down to the 66-day challenge. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. It basically creates a great habit for you. You do something 66 days consistently, it becomes a habit. And fast forward to today, I've lost probably close to about 70 pounds. I'm more active with my grandkids, better lifestyle for me, and I'm now increasing my weightlifting, and I enjoy this more. So in conclusion, we're all built different. We're all wired different, but we're all still human beings. Yes, it's okay to want things. Focus on your accomplishment. Focus on what you need first. Will that make you happy? It's okay to want things. Do your research. Do you really want it? Do pros and cons on it. Is the family on board with it? And then go for it. And when you accomplish getting that want, celebrate it. Enjoy it. And then focus on another one. Make it become addictive on accomplishing things that is going to better you, better your family. Look, we're all wired differently. We all have different wants, different needs, bucket lists, all kinds of goals, commitments, and stuff like that. You got to focus on what you and your family want, whether it's increasing, strengthening your relationship, strengthening your finances, diving into vacations, investments, or even just your health. And of course, if you ever need anything, you can always reach out to the Mike Fitzpatrick team, 267-549-2505. And not just about real estate. Yes, we want your business. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, give us a call. This is what we do. Been doing this now for 20 plus years. I'm very good at it. But let's say you may need a little help on the health or finance end of it. We have so many people in our database that I can put you in contact with. Again, reach out to us at 267-549-2505. Talk to you later.